Today I wear blue and raise awareness. Let's start. Hey everybody and welcome to this episode of Mystery Box. Today's mystery will be awareness again. Yesterday was World Autism Day. So since I don't post on Sundays, I decided that I'll do this today. But I actually didn't do this alone. My friend, she helped me a lot. I couldn't have done all of this without her. She helped me and she's like my researcher buddy. It's like a collab between both of us. So it's just technically me delivering it, but we work together. And she is a close friend from Twitter and from YouTube on here. She has an Instagram, so go check her out. She's amazing. Go check her on @WriterWatkins5, and I'll post the link down below, and it probably popped up on the screen now. But anyway, let's get started to this video. So first of all, to start with, it's not actually called autism. Autism is not an accurate expression, but we are used to saying it. It's actually called autism spectrum disorder, and the reason why we call it spectrum is because it shows the variation of the challenges that an autistic person suffers. So this is why we call it wrong. To start with, what actually is autism? The awareness ribbon for it is a puzzle, and it appeared on the screen here so that you can see it, guys. Autism spectrum disorder is basically a bunch of challenges or hardships socially related, like they lack some social skills. It's a disorder, we can't call it a disease. This is a wrong term for autism disorder or autism spectrum disorder. It refers to the range of the challenges that a person who has autism suffers from. It ranges from some communication challenges to some behavioral hardships and so on. We will talk about this right now in a more accurate way. So here it's a range of conditions characterized by challenges with social skills and speech. It's also for repetitive behaviors, and we'll talk about all of this accurately right now. The age in which the most signs appear is from 2 to 3 years. What actually are the symptoms? Well, it ranges for toddlers and kids and then for adults. For toddlers and kids, it starts from 6 months. By the age of 6 months, many kids start to show expressions like smiles and stuff like this. If this child is autistic, they will not show any signs of smiles or expressions or any joyful interactions with people. Also, at the age of 6 months, they will avoid eye contact. By the age of 9 months, they will not be sharing any vocal like speeches or so, and any vocal expressions, they will not share any of these. Also the non-verbal ones like the smiles, the expressions, the facial expressions are not available at this age for the autistic person, of course. At the age of 12 months or 1 year, the kid won't be babbling, won't be responsive to their names or to any sound. If they hear a sound, they may act like they didn't hear it, or they won't be, if you call their name, they won't respond or show that they heard you. So this may be many things like hearing problems and other stuff, but you must add autism in the list. By the age of 16 months, kids would start saying words. For autistic kids, by the age of 16 months, they can't say a word. By the age of 24 months or 2 years, normally kids start talking more words, more frequent words. But for autistic kids, they won't be able to say words and they won't say any meaningful phrases. Also, if they had some skills like speech stuff and social stuff, it may go away at the age of 2 years or 24 months. So now there's a bunch of symptoms and signs for any age. At any age, an autistic person will try to avoid eye contact as much as possible. They'll also try to be alone and they tend to prefer being isolated from other people because they can't interact. The social interaction is a really big challenge for them. They also can't really understand people's feelings. They keep repeating words over and over again, and they also get upset by any difference in their routine or any change. This is so tricky for parents, especially for younger age, because in younger age they would just try to show their annoyance, their discomfort by crying and shouting. And this, I'll tell you a story that really happened in a mall. I was there and they had Christmas carols on because it was near Christmas. So there was this autistic boy who was really uncomfortable with all these sounds, and he just kept putting his hands over his ears, crying and shouting, and the mother appeared to be embarrassed about it. But I really was feeling bad for this boy because he couldn't express himself in any other way but this. It was so painful to see because the boy was so uncomfortable. It was so clear. Also, they have high restricted interests. I'll tell you a story that I read online about a boy who is used to drinking from a cup. This cup is blue, has a certain type of cover and has a certain type of, like a straw kind of thing. So when this cup started to break down and just it became old. So this kid stopped drinking. He can't drink from anything but this. His mind is focused on this and he didn't drink till the dad could get another type of this cup, same color, same shape, same everything, which is really not healthy for the boy, because if anything happened to the cup, he will suffer so much. He won't be able to drink. They can't change they hate change. They are just with restricted interest. They can't change anything about it. Also, they have repeated actions or behaviors like rocking, moving, some certain moves. Autistic kids also have a really intense reaction to smells, sounds, and lights. This is why I was talking about the mall incidents. The boy couldn't handle this intense music and songs, even though they are kind of cool and Christmassy, so they're not so crazy, but the boy couldn't take it in because for him it was an intense sound. Now for the types of the spectrum of the autism spectrum disorder. There are 4 of them. First one is Asperger's, and this type is the one that my friend helped me to come up with or to research. So we will be talking about it in more details. But for now, I'm just going to say a really brief thing about it. This is the milder end of the spectrum. In this type, the person can really deal with everyday life. They're very intelligent, but their problem is social interaction with other people. This is a great challenge for them, and they can't really do it or understand how to act with people, how to behave with people. This is a really big challenge for them. Some topics interest them so much that they keep talking about them over and over again and just can't stop themselves. But in social interactions, they won't talk, they won't respond, they won't interact. talking about is pervasive developmental disorder, not otherwise specified, which is shortened to PDD and OS. This disorder a little bit more than the Asperger's, but less than the autistic disorder. So it's kind of the same thing, just another severity level. For our third type, it's the autistic disorder. It has the same symptoms and signs, but just in a more intense level. So it's kind of the same, but just more severe. For our last type, it's really the rarest and the most severe type. It's called childhood disintegrative disorder, and it is described as children who are actually developing really well at first, but then they just keep deteriorating and forgetting about the languages and the skills, social skills and everything. They just keep forgetting them. Forgetting is not really the accurate word. They actually lose many of their skills, language ability, and some of the mental skills. This is from the age of 2 to 4. Often these children suffer from seizures as well. I just have a really weird fact. This will appear in a graph in front of you guys. But the percent of autism, or like we said, autism spectrum disorder, is in men a lot more than in women. As you can see in the graph, it's more than double the rate in men than in women. Now, starting from here, it's my friend totally. She did this, all of it, and I'm just delivering it to you guys. She did a great job, as I said. So yeah, shout out to you. I'm so happy we did this together, and hopefully we can do more awarenesses together. Now, on to this part, the Asperger's syndrome. And I apologize if I'm not pronouncing it perfectly, but yeah, Asperger's syndrome was discovered by the Austrian scientist Hans Asperger, and it was about 1944. First, he called it Little Professor Syndrome. This is because the children are geniuses. They have great vocabulary, they have great intelligence. Basically, they are geniuses. They are just, their problem is totally social. Also because they keep lecturing people about how they made some mistakes, but they don't know or understand that they too did any mistake. So people suffering from Asperger's syndromes would mostly experience some other signs or symptoms. They would suffer from many challenges, behavioral, muscular, and mood-related challenges. So first, the behavioral. According to the behavioral point of view, they would be suffering from aggression, compulsive behavior, fidgeting, impulsivity, repetitive movements, social isolation, and many other things, repeating of some words or even some actions. And from the muscular point, they would have an inability to combine muscle movements and poor coordination. Also, they would have some mood challenges or difficulties like anger, anxiety, depression, and many other things which are a little bit less than the others that we stated, like intense interest in a limited number of things, learning disabilities, nightmares, or sensitivity to sounds. And we already talked about this in the autism, but this is more accurate and more in-depth about the Asperger's syndrome. So now we must move to the treatments. Well, it's a syndrome, so it's chronic, but you can decrease the severity of it. You can make your kid or yourself cope a little bit with it. There are some treatments that are used to make you able to be socially to have your social skills more improved. Like this here, we have the therapist support group, which are like counseling but in groups, like sharing experiences, talking about the challenges together. This will make the people suffering from autism spectrum disorder feel better, like they're not alone. Other people like them suffer too. So it probably would make them a little bit of more social with people who have the same disorder like them. The second thing from the therapist used to make autism spectrum disorder better is called biofeedback, and it's controlling the body's heartbeat, brainwaves, and breathing, and blood pressure by monitoring them with sensors. The third thing is cognitive behavioral therapy, and it's a talk therapy focused on modifying negative thoughts and behaviors, emotional responses associated with psychological distress. Also anger management, because as we said, little things may make them emotional or angry because they just want things like the way they want it to be. So this may make them angry, so they need anger management, which is basically practicing mindfulness, coping mechanisms, and trigger avoidance to minimize destructive emotional outbursts. The fourth thing that we'll be talking about from the treatments is psychoeducation, in which it's just an education about mental health and how to support and validate and empower the patients. Another thing is family therapy, which is basically counseling and helping for the families themselves in order to be able to cope with the child, because you must treat them in a way which make them more comfortable. Or another thing is applied behavior analysis, which is a teaching method that helps autistic children learn socially significant skills by encouraging positive behavior. So basically you just keep on encouraging them for their positive behaviors and keep teaching them that this is the right thing to do and what's not the right thing to do, just to make their behavior a little bit more handled well, because as we said, they can have some anger issues because things are not the way that they want. So this is normal for them. This is not just the child being naughty or the child being like a bad kid. No, they are not like this. They are not being bad kids. They are having their disorder, and you can't really punish them for having this. They don't mean to harm anyone. They just want things done the way they want. Another thing is called sensory processing, which is basically the way the nervous system receives messages from the senses and turns them into appropriate motor and behavioral responses. The last thing that we'll be talking about is group psychotherapy, which is talk with a therapist but in a group instead of one-to-one thing. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. If I made you guys know anything about autism spectrum disorder, me and my friend of course, give this video a thumbs up and comment down below which awareness thing we shall do next. Also, don't forget to check out my friend. She helped me a lot with this and I couldn't have done this without her. Again, I'm posting her Instagram now, and go follow her because she's great. Thanks for subscribing and sharing as well. I hope you guys have a great day. Keep smiling and keep dreaming. Never give up, and you can do anything that you want to do if you never give up and try really hard. You can do anything. So I'll see you guys next video. Bye for now.